Which way's the horse?
It's up here.
Okay. Okay, here he is here. What's his name?
Dundun.
Dundun? How did this happen, do you know?
Tin flew from the house.
The tin flew off the house and hit Dudu?
And hit Dundun.
Oh, wow. What does she normally do for work?
Carry Ndalo from the farm.
She carries the dalo from where? Up here?
Right up there.
Up on the mountain?
Yeah.
Okay. And she carries it all down on her back? Yeah? You're a good horse, Dudu. You're very strong. It's a nasty wound. Yeah. First step is to clean this up. Try to clean off those wound edges. And then I think there should be enough free skin to bring that together.
Yeah.
To clean this wound, we need to get Dundu to an area where we have a bit of space and it's nice and level. Where Dundu has that cut is a very sensitive area. So not only does it stop Dundu from working, it's also at great risk of getting infected. And either one of those situations would be devastating for this village. You right, Dan?
I'm right. Got my balance.
Unlace.
I didn't bring my river shoes.
River shoes. Princess? No.
Look how I stuck. Well done.
Wow. That was the express crossing. Well done. The plan is to first of all clean the wound. In these hot, humid conditions, all that serum that leaks out of the wound is a great magnet for flies. So there's a lot of bugs lurking in there. We need to flush those right out. Once we have the wound clean, we need to actually clean the wound edges. So when we actually stitch it together, those wound edges can actually join together and form a scar and actually adhere to one another. This job is going to be extremely difficult for the simple fact Dundu isn't used to vets. This whole situation is so foreign to her. She's not going to trust me, she's not going to know what I'm doing there. This might sting a bit. The scissors won't penetrate into that.
Use scissors in the kit. Open the kit up.
Yeah, but I'm still telling you, the point of the scissors won't get in there.
It's tough, yeah.
The Browns.
We both have a different approach to what we're doing, and possibly we're both too stubborn to change. The biggest challenge here is getting that local anaesthetic in, because we can't put that surgical needle through her skin and have her feel it. If that happens, she'll run away. The problem is that when the wound has occurred, as it's started to try to heal itself, it's actually flattened and stretched out. And so the skin's actually quite tight. So to bring those skin edges back together and stitch them is going to be quite difficult. It's going to take quite a bit of force to bring them in. Easy. We're almost done, which is lucky because the local anaesthetic's almost worn off. And she's starting to jump when this needle goes in, so the sooner we can get this last one done, the better off we're going to be. You are done.
Good girl.
Even though Dundun works hard, she certainly gets some pretty quality R&R time. Kicking back by the beach, going for swims, and in all seriousness, that salt water is quite good for a wound. It will help her to heal.
At the Maholo Holo Rehabilitation Centre, Chris has been asked to join in a mission to microchip a wild rhino.
So if he doesn't like what's going on, he's going to charge?
He might do, yeah. I've had one smash 5 vehicles the other week. Bad. If he did come, we'd have to run for our lives and get in the vehicle. And I've had them smash the vehicle a couple of times. They put their horn, fortunately, they put their horn underneath and lift the vehicle up. So it's only the back horn that punches a hole.
Cody, we on our way now, Cody.
Standing by.
Poaching of rhino is something you hear occasionally about in Australia, but in Africa at the moment, it is the news story because last year, 330 were killed. We're not talking small money for this rhino horn. We're talking about $50,000 a kilo. And in an adult full-size rhino, there's about 5 kilos of horn in each rhino. That's $250,000.
Chris and the team are searching for two rhino brothers.
Okay.
It's the smaller of the two males who still needs a microchip.
That's him there.
The first problem is getting close enough to the rhino to sedate it with a dart.
I'm now at the perfect distance to fire, but the reality hits me. If I get this shot wrong, she's gone. There'll be no second chance. All the while I've been thinking, I'll have some time for this shot. I'll be able to get myself prepared, focused, get the target right. All of a sudden, Hind says, go now, must go now. And it's on. Before I can enjoy the relief of landing that shot exactly where I wanted it to go, he's taken off. And it doesn't look like he's coming back.
Been stressed about us being around. Made a run for it. The worry is that the drug hasn't kicked in yet, so he's going to drop at some stage, but it might be miles away. Spotting some tracks and they're going through this way.
You wouldn't think it'd be possible to lose something as big as a rhino, but that's exactly what's happened. But thankfully, what have we got? Hind's tracking skills. The guy's incredible. He's looking at the dirt. He just sees things that I can't even see and goes, not this way, gone that way. And all of a sudden, we're getting close to that rhino.
You see the big one? Here's the other one.
Okay, wait.
Hind now alerts Brian to their location.
Okay, also southeast of you. Let's just keep our eye open for the other one, eh? The other one ran away towards the mountain, but just keep our eye open, ears and eyes open.
He's stumbling around, so it's certainly made him immobile.
They stand and sleep like horses, and then at some stage they go down.
Chris and Hind are now carefully approaching the sedated rhino. There is still a risk it could turn and charge.
To be that close to a rhino, it's one of the most dangerous animals in the world.
It's this weird mix of exhilaration and absolute terror all at the same time.
I see there's some blood. There's a hole here.
Just extraordinary.
Brian and his team have been given the all clear to bring in the equipment for the dangerous procedure.
It really hits home for me when you're here and you see those animals and you look into their little eyes and they're caught up in the middle of this war and they don't really know why they're involved. What they use the horn for is honestly a bit of a mystery as far as scientists are concerned, because it's claimed to have every benefit from being an aphrodisiac to helping arthritis to people even claiming it cures cancer.
It sells for up to $1 million per horn, and it's ridiculous money. It costs them their life and they pay the ultimate price.
They're getting ruthless. They're going with GPSs. They're going with international cell phones. I was talking to rangers in the park when I was there now, and they said, Brian, they have a scout that goes out first. He finds a rhino. He hones him in with the GPS. They shoot it and move out. And in 2 days, the horn's in China. It's a one-on war.
Yeah, he's still nice and pink there.
The drilling has started, so the tiny microchip can be placed in the horn.
This male's actually very close with the other bigger male, and he's just been lurking around the bushes over here, so his constant concern is the fact that he's just very close by. He's not liking what we're doing to his mate, and he could charge at any minute. Hole's nice and clear, so that's ready for the chip now.
It's a simple chip, isn't it?
This is a medical procedure with a huge purpose. The idea of getting that microchip into that horn means that it can be tracked anywhere in the world and know exactly where it's come from, and that's the big step in trying to really rule out this horrific crime. 4B7F7 Alpha 2033.
We've microchipped him, we've vaccinated him, we've marked him, we've taken DNA samples, vitamin injections. Really the whole works is done right here and right now. Now we've done everything, really, it's just up to this injection just to reverse this anaesthetic, and then he should hop up and continue on his life a bit safer than he was before.
It will be only minutes before the rhino wakes up, and the team needs to clear his departure path.
You're going to wake him up, get ready to run. If you can climb a tree without thorns, good luck.
Okay, let's go. Let's go. Watch out. Come down.
Honestly, when I gave that reversal, I thought, got a couple of minutes here, we can amble away. He woke up straight away and meant business. The rhino's still groggy, so he's crashing over rocks and then barges through a tree and then turns around and looks at me. I'm thinking, no, mate, just keep on going the way you're going. But no, he runs straight at me. Yeah, I'd go. So I do the courageous thing and run fast. I'm sure you're having a great laugh, but when that rhino's running at you, it's very, very scary. Trampled by a rhino. Interesting way to go. I've got some oxygen.
Chris is good. No, he's a natural. But he's in the wrong place. He should be in South Africa.
That was very special, so thank you.
No, well, mission accomplished. Yeah.
Now, I've treated some difficult patients in some difficult locations, but this might just top all of those. The open ocean and a shark. But today could be life-saving.
Chris is in the Sydney suburb of Manly. He's meeting up with Dr. Rob Jones and a team of specialist divers from Sea Life Sanctuary.
All right, so we're just about ready to go.
They're about to attempt a groundbreaking grey nurse shark rescue mission.
Rob? Chris, how are you?
Good to see you. Obviously didn't get the memo about the dress code.
No, but this is how we dress to save sharks, basically.
No, this could be quite the day.
Oh, look, really hopeful. Like, this could be just wonderful. I mean, these sharks are critically endangered. We know there's one out there with a hook in it. Yep. We've just got to get out there, hope we can find it, get it up, get the hooks out.
Not going to be easy, though.
Not going to be easy, but...
I've got my gear, you got yours?
We're good to go.
Let's get out there.
Okay.
The aim of today's unusual rescue is to try and save a young female shark which could be in serious trouble.
These sharks are classified as being critically endangered. There's only around 1,500 maximum along the east coast of Australia. These sharks are quite young in this colony where we're going into today, so they're essentially the future of the entire species.
Recreational divers spotted the distressed shark entangled in fishing line and with a hook in its mouth at Magic Point, a few hundred metres offshore.
I imagine these hooks, if they've been in there for a while, they're not going to be easy to get out.
No, some of them are pretty deeply embedded, and whether we'll be able to get the whole hook out or not, or just actually cut it off at the base of the jaw, we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, but we're on the clock, aren't we, once that shark comes out?
Once that shark hits the deck, 10 minutes is about the ceiling. I really don't like keeping them up for any longer than that.
Okay, but I guess the biggest challenge initially is first of all finding the shark.
Yep,
and then actually catching it, really.
Yeah, they're down in 16, 17 metres of water, so it's a pretty big task.
It will be a risky operation to try to save this injured and critically endangered grey nurse shark.
What we're trying to attempt today is essentially a world-first technique. I mean, we're going into a shark's habitat, trying to corral it, catch it, bring it to the surface and remove something that could ultimately threaten its life. So it's ambitious, it's risky, but we've got a good team today, so we're every chance. All right, this is the spot. It's called Magic Point. Trying to get the weddy on and get under there. There are a couple of really important stages in this whole process. First of all, I'm going to go down with the other team and try to find the shark that has the hook. The capture team is going to move in with what is essentially a large sock. On the base of the sock, there's a stretcher. If they can herd her into the sock, then they'll close it over top of her and bring it to the surface.
It's all systems go now, Chris.
It is.
Get down and bring up that shark.
In order to help this shark, first of all, we have to find her. So I'm heading down into the cave where she normally resides, and hopefully we'll spot her there.
But as soon as they get to the cave, there's a problem.
You look in there, and there are 6 sharks looking back at you. And these sharks are all of a pretty similar size, so we have to try to find the shark that has the hook. It's going to be tricky.
While Chris and the team are trying to find their patient, on deck, Rob is making sure everything is prepared for the shark's arrival.
We really want to try and have the sharks on the deck for probably under 10 minutes, so we do want to move and work pretty quickly. The sooner we can get it back into its own environment, the better.
The team is struggling to find the injured shark when suddenly one of the divers spots fishing line coming out of a shark's gills.
Now that we have a confirmed sighting, the capture team is now going to move in and bring it to the surface.
They have to work fast while ensuring their patient doesn't become stressed.
It'll be showtime. Fire up this oxygen. Yep.
With the shark now on the surface, the pressure to find the hook is on, and it won't be easy.
This shark is a female. She's more than 1.5 metres long. She's at that age now where she's setting herself up for hopefully a long breeding future. But this fishing hook and this fishing line could prevent all of that.
Chris, you want to grab that pole? Just see.
I'm all too aware of the fact that we're on a strict time limit here. We only have 10 minutes with this shark out of the water. We've got to get moving.
The team can already see the fishing wire coming out of the gills. Now they have to find the hook.
Yeah, I can see some lines. That some line at the base of that tongue there. It's looking pretty deep, isn't it? Yeah. So the hook's gone in.
Yeah.
It's swallowed it down so far.
Yeah.
But the hook has actually gone into its digestive system.
Yeah, it'll be down in the esophagus.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, we can't get the hook out. It's too far down.
Yep.
And we don't have endoscope or anything like that. So we're just going to have to accept that's what it is.
Yep.
Hope it's one of those hooks that will rust out.
Okay. Whilst we'd obviously love to be going inside her and removing that hook, it would only put her life in more danger. So really, we have to cut the line at the level of the gills and give her some antibiotics and multivitamins. With some time, that hook should corrode and actually pass through a system quite naturally. Right, needle coming out.
Right, beautiful.
Coming up 8 minutes, Rob.
Thanks, Dave.
For this shark, really, we've done what we can. And given her body condition isn't too bad at the moment, she's a really good chance of mounting a really strong recovery. Now it's time to get back in the water.
Okay. Up and out. She's out of the water, so we need to move fast.
After all the mayhem of the last 9 minutes, she actually goes into the water quite gracefully. She's just gently caressed into the water and then swims off.
She's off. Very strong.
Yeah. And we managed to buy her some time.
She's going to have a much better chance now than she did half an hour ago.
Exactly.
No question at all.
Yeah.
Look, we're happy because this shark has now got a chance that it wouldn't have had before we did this today, and the whole procedure's gone smoothly. Everyone that we can get up, dehook, has the potential to be a future breeding adult in this population. So pretty happy with the way it's gone.
We're heading out to a local village. We've been asked by the head man to come out and take a look at all their animals. We don't know what to expect, what we're going to have to treat, but we're going to do our best.
Never seen anything like it. We've got an outdoor vet clinic under a mango tree. There's a bit of desexing to be done, so we've got our surgical gear all ready to go and our surgical tables, so we'll see what we can do.
I think we're ready for our patient.
You're
sleepy, huh? You're going to inspect as well. Can't do two at a time. It's a routine operation done in a very non-routine location. I think is the best way to sum it up.
We don't have any clippers here. Old school.
The worry for me is, given the fact she is so skinny, it's very easy to overdose her. So we just have to be so careful with every drug we use. Plenty of distractions. You're used to doing this over like a stainless steel sink with special little taps that you can turn on and off with your elbows, whereas here, Bay substitutes for those taps, and the sink is under a tree. It's nice.
she's feeling that. She's just moved her head. We've got no monitoring equipment. We can't control how deep she is. I don't want her to feel any pain. I don't want her to wake up in the middle of Chris doing this, so it does really get my heart rate up and make me very anxious. It also makes me realise how tough these people do it. I mean, this is making me panic. I just have to try and accept that I'm out of my comfort zone here.
Normally what we'd do is actually have a needle attached to this suture material, but that's expensive to have those already pre-attached. So we have to make our own. We do a thing called a bush needle. Not the most convincing one you'll ever see, but it should work.
Unless you're actually here and you've been in and experienced it, I don't think a lot of people kind of understand what challenges you come up against. It's quite difficult to provide a service to people who have to pay for that service as well, when you don't necessarily have the equipment or the drugs and everything to struggle. So.
Okay, little ones. You're happy to watch, but just stay away from the table because it needs to stay clean, okay?
A lot of the time people don't really know even what desexing is or neutering. They think it's going to decrease their ability to be guard dogs. Education is the key, and without that we're fighting a losing battle really.
Not used to having the owners watching my operate. No, I'm fine with it. I'm very happy with it. It's just different for me.
I'm happy she's getting this.
Hey, Blackie, you're no designer dog, are you? But you're all right. Okay, you came through that well. Uncontrolled breeding just isn't on. And in a place like the Fiji Islands where there are a lot of dogs, it's important to get that message across that dogs do need to be desexed.
Chris is joining doctors Johan Hubert and John O'Brien, and the bull elephant they're searching for today is young, fertile and dangerous.
We need to dart him basically with a dart gun. So we anaesthetize the animal and then we need to do some contraceptive work in it.
So it's still up here?
Yeah, but it's out in the open. You see, when we dart, you know, what we really got to consider is it can take 10-15 minutes for the animal to go down.
Sure.
It can also move a long way in that period of time. So we don't want to do it where it's right, even in the open, but with thicket all around, you know.
You can safely assume that this elephant isn't going to want to have its contraception or have a blood sample taken. And when you're talking about something that's the size of a small truck that can charge you, we have to be so careful here.
Chris and the team have spotted the young elephant.
This is the bull we're looking for. Yeah. You'll see he's got a nice big tear in the top of the right ear.
This 20-year-old male has been singled out for contraception.
There's no doubt that the poaching and killing of elephants has been a huge problem throughout Africa. But in recent years, certain pockets have found their numbers have gone through the roof. Now they're left with two options. You either kill the elephants or use contraception, because if those numbers stay the same, it's just too damaging on the environment.
All right, now you see he's on the bank of the river,
yep,
and he's going to follow a road that runs parallel to the river. My recommendation is we let him walk,
yep,
to get into the open area on the other side.
Sure.
And we dart him there.
Yeah.
So the risk is that if we do it now, that river could be where he heads.
Absolutely. If he had to get drowsy and actually go down to the river and fall in, he'll drown.
It's crucial the team gets close enough to dart the elephant so the contraceptive can be administered. But they don't want to spook him.
As with anything, humans, animals, there's this comfort zone. If I had to go too close to him, he would feel that and he'd get grumpy. He'd either run off or he'll turn around and say to us, back off, you know?
All of a sudden, the elephant starts heading away from the river, and Chris now urgently needs to get ready to dart him.
Okay, Chris, would you like to pressurise and then load him?
Yeah. So the plan is what, just to wait here and see if he heads into an open space there?
Yes, and I think once we're pressurised, I'll go round so that I'm in the open area itself.
Yep.
There are a couple of challenges here. I mean, first of all, elephants have incredibly tough skin, so you need to be able to penetrate that with a dart. But you don't want to use so much force that it actually causes injury to that leg.
This you can go the middle of his backside, eh?
Yeah. Okay. Is it a better position now?
Yeah, it's quite nice. It's in the open area.
Okay.
Hopefully it won't run too much once we dart it.
Right.
I'm going to go a bit forward just so that we can get a better shot of his shoulder, because the wind moves the dart quite a lot.
Yeah. The fact is, I've got one shot at this. If something goes wrong, he could turn and charge, and from that distance, a dart ain't going to stop him.
That was a perfect placement.
Didn't like that at all. It looks like it has fired, do you agree?
Yeah, I think so. Johan's checking to see. Did it go in?
It's fine. The plunger is down, so it's fine.
Okay.
He's not happy.
Chris is working alongside the reserve's vets, Dr. Johan Hubert and John O'Brien. Now the elephant has been darted, it's a waiting game for the tranquiliser to take effect.
He seems a little bit agitated too. You can see he's spinning around and shaking his head and flapping his ears. Even though there was only 2 mils of anaesthetic, you can see just how powerful it is. There he goes.
The bull is finally down, but has fallen awkwardly, and now he's in grave danger.
Because of the big stomach, the pressure of the diaphragm, we need to get him sideways.
So essentially crushes his own lungs.
Yeah.
We've got a bit of a problem here. In the way he's sitting like a dog, it's fine for so many other animals, but for an elephant, it means tons and tons of weight are pressing down on his lungs. The fact is we now need to roll him onto his side, otherwise we risk losing him.
It will be impossible for Chris and the other 2 vets to move the 4-ton elephant, so reinforcements are called to help.
Okay, we need you to come in as quick as you can, please.
Yeah, I am coming.
All right. I think we can get out now and check.
Yep.
The big bull is in trouble, and suddenly...
Chris? Sorry, there's elephants running up behind. Okay. Sorry guys, back on the vehicle, please.
So is the team.
Yeah, Anya, stay behind it. Let it go past us, please.
The problem we've got right now is that he's sitting in a dangerous position. We need to roll him onto his side. That's where these guys come in, but the problem is that this elephant over here that's circling and looking quite agitated too. It's all happening, huh?
The intruder suddenly loses interest.
He's going to join up with the herd.
Yeah.
So he'll go into those bushes. I think we can actually drive a bit closer.
Yep.
Just so we've got the vehicles there for safety. All right, Bruce, we're going to stop putting him over.
Finally, they can get to the tranquilised elephant.
Wow, it's incredible.
Time is critical. If the huge beast isn't moved quickly, its lungs will be crushed.
That's the dart there. You can see the plunger's right to the top, so he does actually have all of those drugs on board. So that's a comforting sign when you've got this many people around an elephant. It's time to get this elephant on his side, and that means all hands on deck.
But the massive beast won't budge.
There's only one other choice. Bring in the car. It's time to exchange manpower for horsepower.
Get a bit more, Bruce. Hey, whoa. Nice and gentle.
Well done. It's amazing. He's fully out now. All right. Okay, so you can hear the air rushing out of this trunk here. This is how he's going to be breathing right now. So just so he can breathe and keep him stable, we just need to keep that nice and straight. Right, so blood samples first?
Yes, yeah, just flap it completely over. There we are.
Oh, it's big.
So what we do is we close the eye, and you've got quite a nice vein to take blood from, eh?
With the elephant stable, it's time to perform some blood tests.
If I miss that, there are serious problems, aren't there? The whole point of this blood test is to measure his testosterone levels. That's the hormone we're trying to suppress, so we need to know its levels before he has the contraception.
So it's almost for 2 reasons why we're doing this. Is the one that we want to suppress testosterone for the behavior, and the other is almost like trials that we do to see if this is a way of contraception that we can use.
If trials are successful, more bull elephants will be given contraception. This will help control herd numbers in parts of South Africa where they simply can't sustain so many elephants.
He's a bad boy.
He's actually quite a bad boy, quite a naughty one, yeah. We were actually quite fortunate to get him in the open like this.
Yeah. So this might just pull him back into line.
With the blood testosterone level determined, Chris can work out exactly how much contraceptive vaccine to give this young bull.
Right, so in the elephant world, it's the male that goes in the pill. So he's just going to get 5 mils of this drug here. The whole point of this injection is to essentially stop any of that alpha male aggressive or dominant behaviour, but also importantly, it's going to stop him from breeding.
Okay.
Now that all our work here is done, it's time to wake him up with a reversal agent. Now, I've been caught out in Africa before with animals waking up just a little bit quicker than I thought, so we're not going to take any chances here.
Okay, thank you.
Let's go.
Okay.
Here we go. Oh, up you get, big boy. There we go. He doesn't muck around. There's something majestic and almost spiritual about watching a 4-ton elephant rise to his feet and really become the king of the African savannah once more. And then kind of changes the purity of the moment.
He's quite relaxed. So all's well that ends well, eh?
Yeah. It's just incredible. It's like nothing happened at all. He's back on his feet and ready to go. And all right, away he goes. Mate, thank you. That was very special, Johan. Thank you.
That was a pleasure. Thank you, eh?
Sure, he gave us a few heart palpitations, but to be this close to the biggest of the big 5 has been a real privilege. But also to be able to help out a species that has been under so much pressure is something I'll never forget.
Where's Chris? He's coming.
30-year-old Martha must be treated urgently before infection can set in.
You know the drill, mate. If we go in for any reason, yeah, just stay cool. And I mean, you're probably gonna need 2 at a time to get back in anyway to keep the boat stable. Yeah.
Calmer you are, yeah, definitely the better. Sure. Less splashing, just like a shark.
Yeah.
It's like a shark. it's good.
Righto, let's do it.
We need to get her very quickly and actually assess how severe the damage is. She could be losing blood, she could have internal injuries, we just don't know.
To find Martha, Chris and keepers Tim and Obi must search the lagoon, home to more than 30 alligators, all capable of killing humans.
See anything through there?
Nah.
You just can't see very far in this water, can you?
Nah.
When I was on land, I felt pretty comfortable. Out in the water, that's gator territory. This is going to be really tricky.
You can see each of them's got their own little territory.
Yeah.
Oh, he's standing up. Defence pose there, so the tail out of the water, the back in the head, just to...
That's not happy, is it?
Well, let's not go near that bloke. Get out of there.
Martha?
Nah, we wish.
Be nice if it was, wouldn't it?
We wish.
There she is, right there. Sitting on the bottom.
Jeez, Obes, good spot.
She's right there.
Sitting on the bottom, underneath the wharf. Pull it tight, pull it tight.
Yeah, got her. Let's get her in. You're right, you jump on bank, Obes. Right. Gonna jump on behind me. 1, 2. Right. Could feel that power in her, even 3 of us on there, and with the head shake, you know, it's a bit of a tug-of-war, so you don't appreciate how lucky that was. Jeez. I haven't got much pressure on her, so just watch out if she kicks.
Yeah. So I've got a big gash there, massive gash there, and you can see a bit of blood coming through there too.
Can someone just watch out for the gators behind me?
Yep, right.
Not only has the gator picked on the oldest gator here, but they've also come in from behind and grabbed her pretty much when she wasn't looking and just got their jaws around the back half of her and obviously given her a bit of a shake and a bit of a tear.
Jeez, that's a big gash too.
Definitely bites, hey?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
She's in a pretty bad way.
No, she's a beautiful old gator.
What are they doing roughing up you, old girl, huh?
Is there much flesh or...?
There's a bit of skin. That's her. The base of her abdominal cavity there. Jeez. Let's give her a good nudge.
First of all, you need to clean it up, make sure there's no chance of infection, and then concentrate on bringing those wound edges together. Because we've got the added complication, the way that she's going to go back underwater, where there are bugs, there are bacteria that can actually get into the wound.
Just going to cut a bit of stuff away from her here so she might jump.
Just watch that. What are you going to do with that? No. It's a totally different beast than dealing with a dog or cat. This skin is just so thick, you really have to punch through with quite a bit of force.
It's a difficult assignment, and Chris is finding it hard to concentrate with his back turned to 30 curious alligators.
What was that?
As soon as you slip for a second, they're onto it.
Occasionally I do get this sense that I'm being looked at, not in a positive way, but more sort of in a appetising way. And I just know there are eyes behind me right now, and I'd almost rather not look and just concentrate on getting it done as soon as I can. I don't think I've ever stitched faster. The 25th and final stitch. So all done.
It's a lot. They look good. Good girl, mate.
A final shot of antibiotics, and Martha is ready to return to the lagoon.
Right, one. Sorry. Looks good. Looks a little sore, but expected.
It's the first stitching I've done on an alligator, so it seemed to go okay. We managed to use the needles for some reason we never need to use in Bondi. But pulled them out, dusted them off, and away they went. But they did a good job.
Straight back to a hidey hole.
You won't see her for days.
We don't normally have a day with so many events. I mean, we pretty infrequently get the vet up, so it's been a big day.